Welcome to Allan Reports TV. I'm your host, Allan Labucan from allanreports.com. Today we have a new installment of our In the News show. This is our show where we talk about resource companies with recent developments. On today's show we have three companies to talk about. One is involved with copper, another is a silver focused company, and the other is a gold focused company. Before we get started on today's show, we're getting a lot of new viewers visiting our website to watch our shows. We really want to welcome y'all. For those new viewers, our homepage is where we post our current show. If you're looking for any of our past shows, we have a section of our website called Shows. In there we have the dates, an overview of the past shows, who was talked about, and links to where you can go and watch the shows. That's the best place to go for any past shows. So if you're coming here, for example, for yesterday's show, you would just go to that shows section, and that's where you can find the link so you can go and watch that show. If you want to keep updated on our future shows, the best way to do that is to subscribe to our email list. We send notices out when we do interviews, public speaking engagements, our reports, or this show. There's no charge to receive our updates. You just fill out the info. If you look above me, I think it's right there, if you're watching the show on our website, and you'll find a subscribe button. Just fill out the information and we'll keep you updated on our work. As always, before we start our shows, we like to do our thank yous, and we'd start out. We use YouTube.com and Ustream.tv to broadcast these shows and produce the shows, and so you can watch them at your leisure. Those are two great websites for anybody interested in doing online shows. We're big fans of online shows, obviously. That's why we do our own. And we highly recommend those two sites. YouTube is our primary site. They're very kind to allow us to exceed the 15-minute level that most users are bound by, and we thank them for that. It enables us to do a more in-depth show. Also, if you're watching the show on our website at allanreports.com, if you look to the left and right of me, you'll notice that we have banners. Those banner sponsors are really important in us being able to bring these shows to you. If you'd like to do some homework on those companies, you just click on their banners. That'll take you to their websites where they have plenty of information, all their past news, and discussions about their projects, and it's a great place to do your homework. And of course, to you, the viewers, if you didn't show up, we wouldn't have a reason to do this show. We thank you very much for tuning in, and affording us an opportunity to have an audience to talk about commodities and resource stocks. So thanks again. All right, today's first company we're going to be talking about is Peregrine Metals. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. They are. Our past coverage of them includes they're a featured company in our Allan Reports email newsletter. We started coverage of them on April the 8th, 2010. That was our 28th edition. If you look above me, you'll see a report section. In there, we have all of our past reports, including that 28th edition. You can either read the report online or also download it in a Word file, print it out, and have a read at your leisure. We've also had them on past shows on our August the 10th and October the 19th shows. So if you look at the show section above there, all of our past shows are in there, and you can find those shows and links to where you can go watch them. Their website is peregrinemetals.com. That's peregrinemetals.com. And Just going to pull up their website right now. We're looking for their December 15th press release. Just pulling it up here. Just bear with me a quick second. All right. So the headline from that news release is Peregrine Metals commences field operations and advances preliminary economic assessment at Altar Copper Gold Porphyry in Argentina. They go on that Peregrine Metals reported that field operations have commenced at the Altar Porphyry Copper Gold Project in San Juan Province, Argentina, and that ongoing Altar preliminary economic assessment is progressing as scheduled. The 2010-2011 field program at Altar is underway and is expected to continue through March 2011. There are 2 core drill rigs at the project, and the first 2 metallurgical diamond drill holes have been completed. A total of 2,000 meters of metallurgical test drilling is planned in 6 holes. These holes are twins of existing resource definition core holes and are designed to provide sample feed for flotation optimization test work to be conducted during the first and second quarters of 2011, as well as other planned metallurgical test work under the PEA. That's important work that needs to be done in order to for recoveries and stuff like that, which is critically important for their PEA, that preliminary economic assessment they're talking about. Then they have a bunch more details about the program and what the focus is. They're looking at a couple of potential mining operation plans, and that will go into their PEA. Then there's a quote from Eric Friedland, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Peregrine Metals, and he said, and I quote, "Our preliminary economic assessment is proceeding well, and on October 4th, 2010, we announced a 74% increase in the resources at Altar, where we currently have 7.41 billion pounds of copper in the measured and indicated category, and 4.32 billion pounds in the inferred category, both at a 0.3% copper cutoff grade. The PEA will determine the best combination of mining and processing options at Altar, and we expect to complete the study by the third quarter 2011. There is a heightened level of industry interest in large copper deposits such as Altar due to the continued strong copper price and recent corporate activity in this sector." End quote. So really good overview there by Eric Friedland, and he gives you a lot of good information about what's going on with the project. They have plenty of details in the press release about Altar, including the resource estimate that he talked about. Very substantial. If you look at the measured, indicated, and inferred, they're looking at a large resource of copper with also some very promising gold credits in there as well that will benefit or be helpful in understanding the economics of the project. So you can find that press release on their website. Some of the reasons that we follow the company is Peregrine Metals has, as they've stated in their resource calculation, they've got a multi-billion pound copper deposit, open pit target in Argentina, in a well-known mining region of Argentina. And, these large copper resources are not easy to find, especially when we're kind of constricted by our one of our principles that we only look for projects and companies that are in mining friendly jurisdictions. There's plenty of copper projects out there. Well, not plenty. There are some pretty substantial copper projects out there, but a lot of those are located in some riskier countries, and we try to avoid that political risk. And so having a large copper resource like that in a mining-friendly jurisdiction in Argentina is something that is what we ideally look for. And They also have a very strong management team. The management team is very experienced in the mining sector and well connected in the mining sector. So they have all the key elements that we look for. We like these large deposits. We're very bullish on copper. You look at copper, and for many years, over a couple decades now, there's been underinvestment in exploration to find new deposits. In the sector, they keep going deeper and deeper for lower and lower grades. This is why the supply chain is the long-term underinvestment. The difficulty in finding new deposits is why the supply chain is weakened, and then you've got the strong demand from emerging economies, and this combination is very bullish for copper. It's now trading at record highs. In a couple weeks, we're going to be doing our Outlook 2011, and we'll be talking about our bullish projection for the price in 2011. Needless to say, we think it's going significantly higher, and so with higher prices, it also helps out any copper company that has a copper deposit that potentially could be a future producer, and that's definitely what Altar is shaping up to look like. And so we like the project a lot, we like the management a lot, and we like that they're doing a lot of work, and we think that has the potential of moving them forward and growing the company going forward. So again, you want to do your homework on the company, as we always recommend people do. Just check out their website that I mentioned earlier, and you'll find plenty of information to start your research on the company. So we'll now move on to the second company we're going to cover today. I just got to move some stuff around on my screen here. The second company we're going to talk about today is Gold Canyon. Sorry about that. Just got to do a couple notes there. Gold Canyon Resources is our second company today. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. The past shows we've had them on is on our November 3rd and December 8th shows. If you look at the shows section above there, you'll find all of our past shows, and you can find that November 3rd and December 8th shows if you'd like to watch our past coverage on the company. Their website is goldcanyon.ca. That's goldcanyon.ca. We're looking for two press releases. One they had out on December 9th, and the other was on December 15th. I'm just pulling up their website right now. We'll start with the December 9th press release. The headline from that one is Gold Canyon announces additional long gold intercepts at Spring Pole Gold Project. They mentioned in the press release that they announced that hole SP10-029 has intersected 132 meters at 2.30 grams per ton gold, including 42 meters at 5.28 grams per ton gold. Another hole, -028, intercepted 108 meters at 1.75 grams per ton gold, including 12 meters at 6.11 grams per ton gold. Hole 28 also ended in mineralization when the hole was terminated due to difficult drilling conditions. Both holes test parts of the portage zone. They have an attached map so you can see the zone they're referring to. And the Spring Pole Gold Project is 100% controlled by the company and is located in the Red Lake Mining District of Ontario. Then they have some details about the drill holes. These thick intersections, they've got quite a bit to talk about there. They give you a good idea of why they're drilling there and what they're looking for there. And then they also mention that the strike length of the northwesterly striking portage zone presently stands at approximately 950 meters. Hole 028 and 029 continue to confirm that the portage zone persists beyond the 300 meters depth along its entire length. True widths of the zone range from 90 to 150 meters. Drilling plan for winter 2011 will test shallow portions of this zone to confirm continuity to surface. And then again, they have a great deal of information there. There's comments from Quinton Hina, who is the technical advisor to Gold Canyon, and he stated, and I quote, hole SP10-029 is anomalous for the portage zone, which typically displays true widths of 100 to 150 meters and grades of around 1.3 to 1.5 grams per ton gold. The true width of the portage zone represents both by the intercept in hole 029 is about 90 meters, yet grade is significantly higher at 2.33 grams per ton gold. This intercept indicates that the zone narrows but increases in grade with depth. He goes on that the hole 28 tested a 100-meter gap in drilling in the southeast part of the portage zone. Although we were disappointed the hole did not penetrate the full width of the portage zone, we are very pleased to see it return good gold grades in this critical gap. End quote. So you can find that all, including a table with the with those drill hole intersections and the grades. Then they have some more details about the Spring Pole project and about Gold Canyon, and you can find it all in that press release. So then the next one we're going to go on to is the December 15th press release. In that one, the headline is Gold Canyon intercepts 353 meters at 1.17 grams per ton gold at Spring Pole Gold Project. They announced that hole SP10-026 has intersected 353 meters at 1.17 grams per ton gold, including 66 meters at 2.38 grams per ton gold in the portage zone. Another hole, SP025, intersected 3 meters at 16.08 grams per ton gold and 1 meter at 45 grams per ton gold in the main zone. They have a map attached in that press release that you can see that main zone. They also mentioned that the Spring Pole project is 100% controlled by the company and is located in the Red Lake Mining District of Ontario. They all go on and give you details about the looks like they had a couple of drill holes here in this latest batch. Yes, a couple drill holes, and they give you the details about the drilling and what they were focused on. They noted that all outstanding gold assays from the summer 2010 drill program have returned from the lab, and but the company is still waiting upon return of many outstanding silver assays. So they got some pending news there. The company is planning an aggressive winter 2011 diamond drill program to further evaluate the size of the portage zone. Up to 10,000 meters of drilling are planned utilizing 3 diamond drill core rigs beginning in early January 2011, so right around the corner. Weather permitting, 2 rigs will drill infill holes in the portage zone, and a 3rd rig will step out holes to the southeast where the company believes the portage can be expanded. Cold weather continues in the Spring Pole area, and personnel are building up ice on the lake where ice thickness are now uniformly in excess of 6 inches, so they'll be able to drill from that ice once it gets to the right amount of thickness of the ice. They can put some drill rigs on there. Then later, Quinton Hina, the technical advisor to Gold Canyon, commented, and I quote, hole SP10-026 indicates that the portage zone widens dramatically at its northeast end at depth. The interval of porphyry-style mineralization encountered in hole SP10-025 further adds intrigue and suggests that the portage zone may be plunging underneath the main zone where there is little historical drilling. We are giving careful consideration to this possibility and may plan 1 or 2 holes to test for buried extensions of the portage zone underneath the main zone. End quote. Then again, they have a good amount of details about the drilling in that press release, and so that's the key information from those 2 press releases that we wanted to talk about. Some of the reasons we're quite excited about Gold Canyon is that they're getting these really. First of all, they're in Red Lake, Ontario. And Red Lake, Ontario is one of my favorite gold camps in the world. We've had a lot of success with some of our past picks in Red Lake. We've liked to follow them early in their exploration and discovery phases. We started coverage of Gold Canyon in November 3rd. Since then, they've really propelled quite forward. They have a much larger audience of investors now, and they're getting some really good results, and they're working really hard on the project. What makes this project somewhat unique in the Red Lake camp is most of the Red Lake deposits and discoveries are sort of they're narrower but high-grade intersections, whereas this is a much thicker or much larger in tonnage potential, but it's and often with large tonnage targets you get lower grades. But even for a large tonnage target, they're getting some pretty promising grades. A lot of large tonnage targets are deposits and mines in the world are under a gram per ton. And when you have these large tonnage projects, and in this case, they're getting several of their holes are quite significantly above a gram. So they're really coming up with a quite an impressive discovery. We're happy to be following them on the show. And a nice thing about Red Lake, Ontario is you can pretty much drill there almost year round. There's a few parts of the year that you got to be kind of careful when, but for the most part, you can pretty much drill year round there. And so they've got a lot of funding and a really great project and a really great gold camp. And we expect to see them working real hard and putting out a lot of important information. So we'll be continuing to follow their progress as they go forward into their winter 2011 program. So again, do your homework. You can do that. Great place to start doing your homework is on their website we mentioned earlier, and that's a great place to go and find all their past news releases and good descriptions of the work that they're doing. So today's third company is Fortuna Silver Mines. On the disclosure, we're not shareholders of the company. Our past coverage of them started on our their featured company in our Allan Reports email newsletter. We started that coverage on March the 31st, 2009, which was our 23rd edition. We've had them on our past shows on July the 29th and November the 9th. If you want to find those the past email newsletter, just look at the report section and you can find those that 23rd edition. And if you're looking for the past shows, just look above me in the shows section and you can find that July 29th and November 9th shows and links so you can watch them. On the their website is fortunasilver.com. That's FORTUNASILVER.com. We're looking for 2 press releases, December 15th and December 23rd. I'm just pulling up their website now. That's again Fortuna Silver, FORTUNASILVER.com. On their website, they have a press center. And in the press center, you'd look for news releases. The one, we'll start with the December 15th press release. The headline from that one is Fortuna discovers new high-grade silver ore shoots at Keiloma mine. They go on that they announced the discovery and confirmation of 2 new high-grade silver ore shoots in the Badias vein located in the central portion of the Keiloma mine district. Recent underground channel sampling returned highlights of, and then they have some of the highlights of the sample results. They noted that the Keiloma mine, located in Arequipa, Peru, currently produces approximately 1,250 tons per day, with the production primarily being sourced from the silver-bearing polymetallic Animas, Soledad, Santa Catalina, and Silvia veins, and to a lesser extent from the high-grade silver-bearing Badias vein. Through September 30th, 2011, Keiloma has produced 1.42 million ounces of silver and is on track to exceed the annual silver production forecast of 1.7 million ounces. There's a quote in the press release from Dr. Thomas Vieras, who is the VP of Exploration, and he commented, and I quote, "The excellent results from the Badias vein continue to validate the potential for new discoveries in the Keiloma district. We are planning an aggressive exploration program for 2011, a part of which will be directed at exploring the northeastern extension of the Badias vein," end quote. And then they have some maps attached to the press release, so you can see some long sections, which will give you an idea of how things are looking at depth on that project. So that was one press release. Then the next one that we're looking for is December 23rd. The headline from that is Fortuna Silver Mines announces closing of a Canadian $46 million bought deal common share financing. They have some details about the financing in there, the prices paid and whatnot, and so that gives them plenty of cash for the work that they want to be doing in the near term. Some of the reasons that we like Fortuna Silver is, first of all, we're very bullish on silver. In the past couple years, we've mentioned several times that we think that silver is very bullish. We thought that it would outperform gold. It has done that this year. We're very positive about that. One of the challenges about silver is finding, silver-focused companies. Not a lot of just purely silver-focused companies, and Fortuna definitely falls into that category. They've got a lot of really good projects from exploration through to production. They're well-funded, strong management team. These are all key things that we look for in any company, and if you want to do your homework on Fortuna, just go to their website, and that's a great place to start your homework. So that's a wrap on our In the News show for today. Before closing, we'd like to stress the show and our reports are for information purposes only. We aren't making buying or selling recommendations. It's important for you to do your own research and speak with your financial advisors before making any investment decisions. We're always trying to grow our audience, and any efforts you make to help let your friends know about our reports, our website, our shows is greatly appreciated. We also really appreciate you taking the time to watch these shows. We know that everybody is very busy these days, and we strive to produce a show that saves you time and, most importantly, brings you helpful, high-quality information. Our next show, we're going to be doing another show tomorrow. Again, the best way to find out about our future shows is to subscribe to our email list, and we keep people updated on all of the work that we're doing. We hope you can join us for future shows. You can find all of our work on our website at allanberryreports.com. We hope to see you soon. Have a great day.